Why, did it fail or something?
No, we turned it off.
Oh. You could,
Hello, I'm live right now.
if you were to have,
How come it's not
Just-
there?
because you have to search for a new video that you made. If you were to have cancel out of the app, like force close it, you can make it resume where it left off.
Yeah.
Cancel.
That seems silly.
Cancel.
It would be
See?
to figure out a way of doing split screen with two separate sources
Mm-hmm.
on one feed.
You cannot do that with mobile devices. The only way to have done that is if we had one computer as a hub with like wires plugged into it. Unless we had like really sophisticated thousands of dollars of,
Can't you borrow one from
television.
Best Buy?
television stuff.
And then
Best Buy
you
doesn't sell
borrow-
that kind of stuff. I'm talking about
Can you, like, steal
professional. Don't have it.
it? Oh.
I'm talking about like professional wireless equipment.
You have to click on Magooban
That was from when I was 10.
and then click on registry.
Oh, I'm sorry, spoilers.
What?
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 We'll see how this works.
Why are you pointing at me either?
At the very least, at least we got this somewhat. No. So with the idea that having two sources would be less than feasible, and the bill's claim was that it takes like several minutes to restart a stream. Is that true?
No.
Like, how long would it take, like, to switch? Like, if we had to stop the stream here and then start it over there, how long would that take?
Oh, with the two camera thing? The best way to do it that I thought of is have two concurrent streams happening at the same time
Right.
the entire time. And just have two tabs open.
Okay.
So whoever's operating the computer here would just go switch tab when the person's performing here. And then when they're performing over there, you just switch a tab again.
Okay.
And
Let's
that's
see how, let's watch it. Let's do it and make it happen.
the thing is that other account that we made doesn't have the live things set up yet. It takes like a day or two for the phone to be able to do it.
Me. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's something definitely you want to try and
What are you doing?
I know, I'm bored. It's not, you guys have to like act or something.
Alright, so who's next then?
Oh,
On the list would be Haley.
Haley. This is your Haley. Don't do that.
Oh, we're doing that thing in my face.
Joseph. Joseph.
Can you zoom in?
Yeah.
Was I sitting down last time?
Yeah.
Was I sitting down all performances?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same.
So you can zoom in.
Yeah.
You can, but
It distorts the
camera
pixels.
shake and also pixelization.
But, sorry, give a share.
Gee, I can't believe I forgot this part at home. I didn't think I'd need it.
When she walked by, you can see like multiple.
Thing is, that may be the only one, right? Unless other people have the same kind of equipment.
I should get the same tripod for $8. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're looking at Best Buy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Unfortunately.
Oh. Oh, you have it on the table.
Ha, impromptu tripod.
Can I see what I look like?
You have to get locked.
closer.
Yeah, it's just head and shoulders.
Can it not be?
Your head and
I
shoulders
know.
above
Can
the
it
rest.
not be?
You saved it?
We need a selfie thing so I could see myself.
Alright. This is good. Stay here.
I only
Stay
see.
here.
I just feel like seeing how it goes back.
I still feel like it's like. Is my head in it? Oh, I am in it.
You want to test out the sound or?
No.
Just need a little bit more.
A little more lift.
Use. I have a book. You want to use my book?
Do you have a book?
Oh, great.
This is
I
awkward.
would like to use your book.
It's not about looking great. It's just like
Oh,
you
hi.
have a
Oh,
different
yeah.
image
Oh, hi,
in
Mark.
person than you do
You
on like
guys
a
see the Red
screen.
Disaster
It's so
Artist?
weird.
Heck yeah.
I hate being on
That was
screen.
the opening night.
Who's planner?
It works best if I
Nice
don't
looking
move my
phone.
head.
Oh heck yeah. That's the
So I
one.
stare straight out the little hole there.
Got it, so I'll bring that book to the show. Oh,
That's the good autofocus right there.
Oh, it's gonna be very annoying.
Do you want to see yourself?
I do.
I mean,
I don't know what I don't know what I look like.
but that'd
You don't
be
need to.
that'd be significantly less pixels we have to work with. Who cares?
that's right.
It should be fine.
Alright, whenever you're ready.
Oh, that's not me.
That's not you. Those are your boobs. Yeah, sorry. You don't get that luxury.
Oh, there's your just.
What?
You just love today, Joey.
Not today. All days.
Alrighty.
I feel like this is like some kind of pour your heart out on some kind of website.
I'm Poppy.
I'm Poppy.
Oh my god.
It's like my problems nowadays. Okay, I'll do it. In those days, we served in silence. And not one day passed when you didn't worry that you were going to be found out. When men are at sea, they like to wrestle, 30 guys shouting on top of each other. But when somebody wanted to do that with me, I would take their head and, oh shit. Scratch that. Well, can we start over? I got distracted. I started reading the book. Hmm? It says Schechner on it. In those days, we served in silence. Not one day passed when you didn't worry that you were going to be found out. When men are at sea, they like to horse around. 30 guys shouting on top of each other, wrestling. But when somebody wanted to do that with me, I would take their neck and bounce their head against the bulkheads. I don't go for that. Unintentionally, I got the reputation as the straightest guy around. You know, I heard a couple of my buddies talk. Myers? He wouldn't even do that for a joke. So when they were having a witch hunt for homosexuals, the officers called me in. You know what they said? Myers, you're the only one we can be sure of. This is so awkward. I feel like I forget all my words.
You were doing really well.
Just staring at that hole.
That last,
It's like a vast portal.
that last like Myers was very authentic. Like that was like the most legitimate word I've heard all day.
What's going on?
I had something there, but I lost it. But the way you said Myers was like actually very genuine. I liked it.
Peter's turn.
Peter Lang.
My turn.
Fhdhd.
Did I forget a line? I don't know.
That was really good. No, you get more comfortable with the camera.
Am I still on? This
No, no,
one?
no, no.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Oh, you can still on.
Yeah, you're still alive.
All right then, any words of wisdom? Okay.
Do I move my head a lot?
Mm-mm.
I try to keep it still. Instead of like moving.
All right, who's next? Tyler?
Is it me or Peter?
I'll go.
No?
No. That wasn't a question at all.
Oh.
I was just wondering because we skipped Peter because he wasn't here. I was wondering if he wanted to go.
How are you,
I
Peter?
volunteer for the first one.
How was your? Oh yes, it hasn't happened yet. That's right.
I kind of like the sit down version.
Are we? Okay. So last time I did it, I was sitting down. Do we have sitting down devices in the garage?
We can.
We can carry
It's going to be
chairs.
a person on their knees most likely.
Okay. Yeah, sitting down devices.
Why can't we bring
Should,
it in?
a person on their knees, so I should kneel.
Or it could be
Get a
Tori's
tripod.
tripod
I have a tripod that we could use.
with an adapter for the cell phone.
Not for the cell phone. I was gonna say if anybody does have like some type of piece that goes with the iPhone or a phone. Oh, there's a tripod right there.
I'm confused. What does the tripod have to? Am I gonna sit on the tripod?
No. That's.
Tripod's to hold the camera, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm just.
Yeah, so if
He's
you're
getting shouted here the whole
sitting
weekend.
kneeling, we could use a tripod to make it work. Then
Oh, you're saying the person filming would be kneeling?
Or using
Yeah.
a tripod.
Because
Doesn't matter.
there is the possibility of using a tripod if there are two equal tripods with equal devices that allow for the use of the cell phone. Or the person holding the cell phone is the other possibility. And since that has not been decided, because I only see one tripod with a missing adapter, I don't know if you can decide that, but you have to make that decision before next Monday,
Okay.
because you can't make that decision on Monday.
Getcha.
Bring
Or
that
otherwise that
adapter.
decision will be made by
Bring it.
default, and it'll be a person.
Okay.
Because I like to sit.
I can buy another tripod. Okay. Two tripods?
Can we go back so we can see his face?
I'm okay.
You can hit freeze and then go back. Yeah.
What?
No, I'm talking just so like when we could, cause
Yeah.
he's a different height than Haley.
Right.
He's a different boy.
So you have to push it
Yeah,
back.
I have another book if you want to use it.
No, he's a tall boy.
Is it-
I got a solution.
Tall boy season.
What's the
Yeah, I
what's
think
the,
that's
what's the
fine.
what's the tall boy solution, Joey?
That's good right there. Or just a
Put
little
it right
back.
there.
Tyler Coleman.
Yeah, he's a tall boy.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
He's a tall boy.
Oh. Jeez.
I hope you didn't want to see.
Hey, there you go.
You should be taller.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not a tall enough boy.
Okay.
I mean, you can back up on that one. Like,
Yeah,
you
just push
back
back.
up.
Hold on, I got crap in my
Tyler.
belly.
What? Yeah,
When-
Nabil.
When you rubber banded, like the person behind you kept rubber banding, was the funniest thing.
No. I don't remember Nabil.
No,
Why
it's
don't
okay.
you
It wasn't
put
really-
it
it
back,
just
put it back on top of the stuff?
I'm making it taller.
Why can't he just scoot back?
No,
It has to be in
because
his
I
face.
don't know because Joey.
Because he's head and
Joey
shoulders
is-
above the rest.
Just like his personality. Above the rest.
What do you want, Nabil?
What do you mean? Can a guy be friendly around
You're
here?
kissing up again. I don't have any more tickets.
I didn't even get to use your tickets.
I know.
Which is fine.
Tall boys.
I'm missing the top of my head.
Just stare at the floor.
You could do one scoop back.
Wait, do me scoot back or that scoot back?
You want? I guess yeah. You can push that back too.
So it just back just a wee bit.
Just a tad.
Okay.
That is optimal.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
Look how
wanna-
optimal it is.
I guess I'll look. All right. Cool. We can't
Okay.
take this.
So let's get going.
It's my brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, Joey brother. Before I started practicing yoga, sis, if I found out you slept with my boyfriend, I might not have shown up today for you and left you without a maid of honor on your wedding day. But yoga teaches faithfulness. I might have stolen your wedding dress last night and sold it on eBay. But yoga teaches non-stealing. I might have returned your wedding gift and bought myself that Louis Vuitton clutch I've been eyeing. But yoga teaches non-greed. I might have told you that I know, but I don't care, and you haven't hurt me, but yoga teaches truthfulness. I might have said, I know you banged my boyfriend. Now you're gonna get banged by my fist in your face. Bang. But yoga teaches non-violence. Instead, I'm just trying to breathe, to hold this incredibly painful pose and still be here for you as your sister on this sacred day in your life. Yoga teaches that underneath everything is the same underlying ultimate essence, and I have to admit that right now that essence feels pretty bitchy. But right now I bow to all that pain, that agony, that essence, because I know you must feel it too to do something like this. Namaste, bitch. Okay, so the deal there is like I'm supposed to bow at the end. Like that's kind of the deal, right? I mean, I guess I could just not and do what I just did, but like, because what I'm saying is that the camera is not going to catch that if I did like the actual like expected namaste bow, like the whole like this. It's like, oh, look at my stomach, isn't it great?
No, what you did was fine.
Okay.
It's story.
To my ears, it sounds like you should be in an incredibly painful yoga pose during the whole thing,
Okay.
and to end it with that. Anybody know an incredibly painful yoga pose?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah. I was gonna say
Yes.
That's hard to do.
There's one that's
Downward
so
dog.
you can do it. So you go down here. I forgot. Something like this. Come in here.
We want to make sure that the audience can see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Well,
you could
I
do-
mean, my primary concern, because I know there's the line about the painful poses, I just like, because I know we wanted to make sure we didn't just make it a full comedic piece, and I just felt like the yoga pose would make it look really goofy, but I don't know, I haven't actually tried it, so you guys could tell me what it looks like.
Well, what if it's actually a series of poses? Like for each one, like I know, like the first part's like, well, it teaches not to do this. You
Well,
know.
the line says, hold this incredibly painful pose, right?
Okay.
Which is like, you know, talking, like hold this pose is also like
Well,
sort of
instead
a
theorizing
metaphor.
about it, why don't you do it? Show,
I
show
don't
him
know one.
a pose he can get into. Somebody.
Make one up.
You can't make
you
up
guys
a
want
yoga
it?
pose.
You want it like closer to the floor, up. Best is up, right?
It doesn't matter.
Just
I think that,
something.
you
The
know,
one-
you can get to his. Here's the deal. If someone is holding the phone, you can get to his face.
You can do
No
this.
matter
This
what
is
you
something
do.
kind of easy. This is
That's
like
not
a,
incredibly painful.
The foot has to go over the knee. You have to bend the knee and the foot has to go over. You engage.
Do
the
a
floor.
reverse plank where your pelvic thrust in the air.
Now here's like the trick is that I actually need to survive the whole piece so I can say the words.
this is one that's kind of like, it's not incredibly painful, but
Is that yoga?
Yeah.
Yoga's weird.
Yep.
Go on your reverse back. It's not that hard.
I'll look
Okay.
up poses while you do the first one.
Go on your back.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh Lord. I like the Peter one.
Yeah, that was kind of nice.
What was the Peter one?
He's He's like bending with his arms.
So
in.
okay, you gotta put you're kind of like in a running stance, right? It's called like the dragon something. You put your left arm inside of your left leg.
Can you like move out there
Why don't you go next to him?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
or over here? You know that works too.
All right.
I like this live stream.
Left hand right here. Kind of bend upward. Put this arm upwards. Reach to the sky, but have your palm facing out to the other side.
Other way.
Twist
Okay, I need to look.
this way.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Pretty sure this is how it is. I might be doing a little round loop, you know. It's like
Oh.
dragonfly or something.
I'll look it up.
It's beautiful.
So you might be want to wear yoga pants for this.
Okay. I don't think I have those.
Dragon. That was a joke. but you never know.
Just wear like a pair of sweatpants.
This is the view.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Oh.
So should I try it again with the
Yeah.
pose?
That pose is way off.
And how awful was it?
Not too. So this one is weird. Let me see if I can. It's really awkward. Let me see if I can imitate it. Okay. So for this one, he's doing this.
I mean, that doesn't even look like the same pose that he was trying to do.
He's doing like this, but his arm's not up.
Wait, yeah, that's not the same pose.
That's
What-
It's
not
not
the
the
same
same
pose.
pose.
What's the name of that pose? There's a bunch of different poses.
It's the in yoga pose dragons.
Nah,
So
it's-
you-
You just looked up a random yoga pose and told him he was doing
yeah,
strong.
go back to the same pose. I'm pretty sure it's right. It's
What about
I
this
think
one?
it's
What
called
about the
dragonfly.
one where she's like, you do this?
Let's
Let's
just
do the
Okay, can
first
I
pose.
ask why we're trying to find a new pose?
Nabil, go home.
Did we have a problem with the first pose?
No.
Nabil.
I'm
At
trying to
ours.
find that pose.
No, go home. It's fine. He's doing it right.
Yeah,
Alright.
you're fine.
It's funny if he's not doing it right because that's the joke.
What about
The joke is yoga.
Yes.
All right, do it. Ignore Nabil. Ignore them.
Bill, can you sit down? Make
Ignore
me
them.
comfortable.
They're just bad patrons.
Wait, which one? Okay, this one was bent, right?
Yeah. Why don't you go to his face? So you know how his body's like this? Go to the left side of him,
Trying.
and then
Oh, you were
I
talking
know,
to
but
Joey.
instead of like moving it, like sit down over there. You know what I mean? To make yourself comfortable instead of like moving your body.
I think Joey should do a yoga pose too.
Yes.
You still have to look into the camera. There you go.
Before I started practicing yoga, sis, if I found out you slept with my boyfriend, I might not have shown up today for you and left you without a maid of honor on your wedding day. But yoga teaches faithfulness. I might have stolen your wedding dress last night and sold it on eBay. But yoga teaches non-stealing. I might have returned your wedding gift and got myself that Louis Vuitton clutch I've been eyeing, but yoga teaches non-greed. I might have told you that I know, but I don't care, and you haven't hurt me. But yoga teaches truthfulness. I might have said, I know you banged my boyfriend. Now you're gonna get banged by my fist in your face. Bang. But yoga teaches non-violence. Instead, I'm just trying to breathe, to hold this incredibly painful pose and still be here for you as your sister on this sacred day in your life. Yoga teaches that underneath everything is the same underlying ultimate essence. And I have to admit, right now, that essence feels pretty bitchy. But right now, I bow to that essence, to all that pain, all that agony, because you must feel it too, to do something like this. Namaste, bitch.
That hurt my arms.
Pretty good.
I like it.
Alright, so the pose was wrong.
I'm weak, boy.
But it's not. It was too far. It's just the other leg. So, instead of like doing this leg,
Does it matter?
it doesn't really matter.
Like,
But because
can't you
someone-
do poses in like both legs?
Well,
You
when you cross it, you're strengthening your obliques. That's the reason why you're straining them. So it is making it a little bit tougher, which is the point of the thing.
Oh my god.
Well, I heard someone say like, oh, it was wrong, so I thought maybe I'd show the right version.
But that like
So-
looks.
Very similar. The only
like-
difference was just that I had you do it like this way, which is a little weird. It probably felt a little weird, and it would have been better this way. So what you would have need to do is like go here and then go like that, and so they'll like get to see your glutes, man. They get to see all the good stuff, and it's like right there. So
Oh my god.
If aren't
But I don't care.
poses like this mirrorable, if that's a word, to work out different sides? Like I don't know.
yeah, I'm saying even though you were doing it this way as well, it's not actually this way. It's this way.
Oh, okay. So if that leg's out, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the vice versa side.
Gotcha.
Now, then again, like I'm looking at this and what I showed you, I learned from like a yoga class here, so it doesn't really matter. You can just do what you feel though. Like it's still yoga. You make up poses.
Okay, so any comments here for Tyler about this particular piece?
I definitely feel like there is more that internal like hatred. You're kind of covering it up with the yoga does this and teaches you that. And I like it because there's the comedic aspect, but it's also been made a bit more serious, which helped to balance it out. So very good job.
Okay.
I don't critique all of them.
You got something to say, Joey?
Tyler, I think you definitely worked on like the kind of pacing of how it was said, and you definitely slowed it down. That helped it hit a lot harder. Even when you were sitting down the first time, I think the pose is gonna help too, in a way that it's gonna put like a kind of strain and energy on your voice, which is gonna make that moment feel just more real. And then I think the ending is good. I feel like there's, if you play with it just a little bit more and how like you hit those last like beats and lines, I think the impact's gonna be like even like greater than it already is.
Yeah, I meaning to try the last line differently, but it's like invariably it always comes out exactly the same for some reason.
Are you talking about the
The
namaste?
namaste bitch. Like I always when I'm performing, it's like namaste bitch. Like that's basically what I do, and that's not what I'm trying to do even.
You're trying to say like softly, right?
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, one thing you can do for that last line to make it different is to say the namaste as it is, and then add the word ditch after the namaste has been completed. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's namaste ditch. So
Okay.
instead of namaste ditch, you see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that
It's
makes sense.
completely changed. The other thing that I would add, you might consider, is each of those things that you're saying that it teaches is really, you're driving that toward her, right?
Yeah, we talked about that. I don't
Yeah.
think I incorporated it really though.
Yeah, I think you should do that a little bit more because that it makes it much less introspective and much more active
Mm-hmm.
if it's to her.
Yeah.
If those are insults to her. Don't look at those comments
Yeah.
because what makes it comical and what makes it just to say that what makes it comical is if it's self-referential. But if it's an attack on her, then it's not so funny.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
There you go.
I'm a shorty, Joey.
You're a short boy.
I'm a short boy.
Give me a big boy.
I can say crisscross applesauce on the floor.
Just move the chair back a little bit. I mean the cube of wonder and death. Okay. Funny joke.
Oh my god.
you're too short, boys. I just want to inch up a little bit.
My hair looks like I've been to the beach all day and then I put it up without showering.
Is that what happened?
No. I showered last night before I went to bed. I just wanted to see myself. Huh?
It was a joke because you look back at yourself and yourself is still looking at yourself.
Oh.
So,
I just like looking at myself. Just kidding. Okay. Am I up?
You are up there. You can inch up a little bit more. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Which one? Am I looking at the light?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to shut it off?
No.
Does it hurt a lot? It looks nice though.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You're just like, there's little dots on your face right now. No, don't turn it off. What?
Awkward.
No, I like the light. I like the light. The light back. Yes. Thank you. It's just awkward. Okay. I cannot tell you how many times I've been asked this question, and the response I like to give is, I'm human. I know it spikes people's interest that I'm mixed black and white, my father being black and my mother being white, but I've struggled with personal identity since I was a child. I grew up with black friends who said I was too white because of the way I spoke and acted, presuming I held myself to a higher standard, and my white friends thought I was too black, associating me with the common black stereotypes for being their only mixed friend. See, since birth, the world force feeds us these labels, and eventually we swallow them. We digest and we accept these labels, never doubting them. Labels are not you, and labels are not me. They're just labels. So, next time someone comes up to me and asks, what are you mixed with? What race are you? What's your sexuality? I simply just say, I'm me. Just me.
Woo! I liked it. It's really good.
Everybody's dotted. It's really great.
Powerful word.
Shalom.
Anybody got any comments about that? Suggestions?
How was the first sentence? Because that's what I was working on.
what was the first sentence?
Human.
I'm human.
I'm human.
No, that's the second sentence. The first sentence is, I can't tell you how many times I've been asked that question.
I thought it was interesting because the energy that you gave just now, I could see you giving this energy at a different point in time too. So I think I wouldn't say that like at first the first thing that comes to head, I want to say that like it seems like you put less energy into it, but I think it's just like a different moment for you, like expressing this piece. So it's taken some time for me to like, I'm flipping it around on my tongue like, how did I like that? Like, there was like one or two lines that felt just a little different than usual, a little less than.
I redid the whole entire thing essentially.
Okay.
The whole thing was different.
I can tell. I'm speaking on like just things that may have been different, but didn't hit maybe the way you wanted it to. I think the one line like the way you said I've in that moment felt.
I've struggled with personal
yeah, like
identity.
like as if like other people have or haven't. Like it felt, that one word just felt more connected to the outside world than just the inside.
So what you're saying is I should say it more as a new thought and not a continuing thought from the
Maybe
sentence
not.
before.
I don't think it really has to do with that. More so like how you're saying it. If you like, you have to feel like just think about you
Yeah.
and not anyone else.
I know what you mean.
Other than that, I forgot what the second part was. It was just like another little line, but it was pretty interesting. I think tweaking that, like playing around with that type of performance would also add to like more intimate, maybe lean in a little bit more instead of being like, you know, so outbursting of energy. Like it just went from his where he was a little bit more like loud and the energy was going different ways, where this was a little bit more consolidated and I needed to come in a little bit more. So I think it's an interesting way of performing it. I think just trying it a few more times to get those hits, those beats right, that's all that needs to happen, I think.
I think you did fine. I mean, I liked every single part of it. I think it felt more natural, more realistic than before, like when you first did it. Like when you started mixed friend, it's just like, bing, can relate. So,
Ding.
like it's very relatable. I was like, yeah, this is me. This is like me to the T. But
Is that why you chose it?
yeah, like this piece is literally me. And everybody comes up to me, I'm like, I'm human. Stop asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Haley. When you emphasize the mixed friend, that was very apparent that you've been through that before. Like, oh hey guys, look, it's my friend, the one that's, you know, half and half. Like it really made that obvious. So good job with that.
And that light looked really nice. I want that light. Although it might blind me.
Well, that's what I liked about it.
It blinded you?
It didn't blind me, but I was focusing so much on the light that everything else sort of wasn't there. And it's like you're performing on a stage with like the lights beaming down on you and you can't see your audience.
Right.
Light me up next time.
It's lit.
Sounds good. Then who's next?
It would
We have a list.
be
Rachel.
So should I sit on the floor too?
I think we need to establish what everyone's gonna do because I can't keep on moving the camera around too much because that's a little crazy. So, are we all gonna sit on the floor or a little piece of chair, or? Yeah, I'm just gonna talk to myself for a while if that's what you want.
I mean, the Bill stands up.
The Bill stands up.
Peter stands up.
Peter stands up.
But is everyone in the garage standing and everyone in the classroom sitting or something so far?
I guess.
Well, that's what it
Yeah,
seems like.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll keep standing then. Sorry, Joey.
Okay, let me just tripod.
Because you're not going to need to switch. Like, if that is the case, you're not going to need to switch it during the actual performance.
Yeah.
Because
No, I just wanted to know whether or not if that would make things easier on everybody. So for the performance, you know what I mean? Thank you.
I didn't look at it like I took somebody's life that really mattered. I looked at it like he was a criminal, just like me. I was defending myself. So that's what it was at first. But then my brother, he passed in a penitentiary in Texas. He was murdered by another inmate. At first, I was filled with a lot of hate. I broke down thinking that it was karma getting back at me for what I had done. But then I kept thinking about the victim in my case, and I thought, well, the guy, he had a daughter, he had a wife, and he had a mother. I'm told the daughter came to see me once in the county jail, but she only came to see me, and I never got the chance to talk to her. You know, I think it was drilled into us when we were younger that you're supposed to hate this guy or hate that guy over there. You just hated him because he was on the other side of the street. I keep thinking about that every day. I think what I could have done different. You know, I think when the judge, when he sentenced me, he said when I would be released, I would be an old and patient man. And I think I'm accomplishing it.
Okay, Rachel, before you move or anything, let's try something. Troy, pan to the right just a little bit. No. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought you. Okay, so go back to where you were. Right, now, just taking your phone, you want to turn it right, toward the right a bit. So you're putting her in the left side of, right. I'm sorry. There you go. Now, that framing is really interesting. So, let's, someone needs to look this up on their phone so that you can hear what it sounds like, because
I'm on it.
if you're going to be hearing each word repeated over and over again, because you don't need audio live, right? Because you've got the person there. So if live audience is there, they're going to be hearing the person, and it's not so distracting if you see regeneration, because you can choose not to look at it or look at it when you want to. It's all kind of interesting to see all of the permutations of this displaced in time as well as everything else. So, if you can hear it successfully without all of the
It won't, unless his volume is picked up by that, it won't do that. But if anyone's sitting here watching this, they shouldn't have audio playing, so
right, it won't.
it should be absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think so. But it would be interesting to see how it actually looks live.
How do you say it? Maguman? How do you spell that?
Magoomann.
I was missing an N at the end.
Okay, so any comments while Bill's doing that? Any comments here about Rachel's performance that you'd like to talk about?
How well would you say you have it memorized?
I have it memorized pretty well. I'm still getting used to the camera being in my face.
Yeah, because it seems like you're forgetting a word. You get like a pained, like remembering face on you. You pause and then you go with it again. So it just feels like you're just searching for the words and not acting as much as you should be.
Really minor note, like relatively nitpicky, but also like important to get right, I think, is that it almost sounded like you said old impatient.
That's what I was literally about to say.
So make sure it's old and patient. Like
Okay.
clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so, Peter, it's your turn.
The channel's called Maguman. No. Magoo.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the rest of you, Peter, go ahead and get framed up.
I just wanted to watch her walk away.
And then Maguman, so Mann.
You want to be closer, Peter, head and shoulders only.
Gucci.
That's liable to start echoing if you haven't played like that to the speaker.
Okay, so the rest of you,
think I should just wait a second so they can get situated.
Just hold on, I'll let you know when to start.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
They gave me a dress, which was fine. And then she pointed at my shoes. I was wearing plain, flat black ones like the ones I'm wearing today. The female supervisor said to me, "You can't wear those. You have to wear heels or you're going to be sent home." A male colleague stood right next to me wearing similarly plain, flat, black shoes. I pointed out that he wasn't being sent home, so I felt that the reason that I was being sent home was because I was female. At which point, I was laughed at because she couldn't comprehend that I would disagree with such a rule. She had had so many girls that came through worked for the company that just did it. And she pointed out to me that there would be someone else who was more than happy to take over my role. They gave me the option of going to Marks and Spencer to buy a pair of heels. I refused and was sent home without pay. She just laughed at me. And when I tried to point out the male colleague, she continued to laugh. I wasn't taken seriously. I felt like she thought I was just causing a fuss. That's certainly how I was meant to feel that day. And humiliated because I was laughed at in front of my coworkers. I was even highlighted online for the petition that I wrote. That was incredible. I was interviewed by the Times. A journalist who's very supportive of my campaign then asked me, "What's your dress size?" This is the media and the press and so on and so forth. I didn't think anything of it, and I just replied and answered my dress size. And then I sat there and thought for a second, hey, what does that have to do with anything?
Okay, stay there for a second.
It's hard because like whatever angle you're going at.
I kind of flipped up the last few lines, but is my head tilted up too much?
No, you're good. Just trying to get a better framing.
That's good. The only thing I noticed is he needs to be a little bit more to there. He goes
I want to
perfect.
see his heads.
Because we noticed that it was just we couldn't see the screen at all, but he sounded great.
So you want to be sure that you get,
Screen, but he's not directly in front of it.
yeah, so that you see all the different versions. Can you come take your phones? I don't want to. It's really precarious. Okay, so where's everybody?
Yeah, they're still
Come
looking
back
at
in here. What are you doing?
here.
They died.
I like it in the dark.
Yeah, it looks better.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, so you can turn that off now.
Yeah.
So what's the report from the viewing of it? How did it look?
It looks so much better.
Good. You can hear it clearly. There's no issue about sound because there's no sound being produced inside here.
It was really good.
Okay. So then, William S. Burroughs said, performance, I like it on TV, tones it down. All right, yes.
You know, watching that video, assuming I didn't know the context of it, it legitimately felt real even after the part where it said, you know, oh, I have to wear heels. And for a moment I was like, I wonder why. Like, it stopped me for a second, and I just continued the story because he kept it engaging and inviting. And I'm hoping that's probably how it goes with the actual performance. That those small nuanced things like, oh wait, you're actually a guy? Things like that won't even really matter to the audience. Because just how we tell the stories so well.
Exactly. A lot of the thought comes after it's over. Because they'll have a chance, they'll need a chance to process it all.
Right. Because I'm a very analytical person. I didn't really take the time to be like, because he's the first one, so I wasn't like, why is he pretending? You know, they didn't really have the time to think like,
so what are the remaining issues to be resolved?
So I will go talk to UPD. Have you had a chance?
They never emailed
No.
me back.
Alright, so reserve third floor garage number 2, 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. December 8th.
Oh, snap. Was I supposed to reserve his room? Because I probably said that to myself. I need to go do that. I forgot.
Wait.
I'm happy you asked that because I was like, oh, wait, I said I was going to do something, didn't I? Damn it, Peter. You're not supposed to do that. Peter.
And then I guess the remaining concern is getting the tools and figuring out how to do that split screen.
Barry, what time will you be here tomorrow morning?
8.
Hmm.
Why?
I guess I'll ask you once we're done with this. I'm shooting something in the art